Great job. And I'm the next speaker. And what I would like to say first is this flag you see flying here, my wife and I picked up about 25 years ago in Hawaii, which was a flag that actually flew over the Arizona. So how many people have died for this flag? So look at it with reverence and think of the people that have paid the price for this country. I'd like to talk to you a little bit about what a group in Boston came out, and I have to use the teleprompter, forgive me. This was written by a group of children who researched this, and they're from the Children's Dyslexic Center of Greater Boston. And it asked, what happened to the 56 individuals who signed the Declaration of Independence? You might want to know that 24 were lawyers and jurists, 11 were merchants, 9 were farmers, at least 9 were Freemasons, 2, possibly 3 of the 5 who drafted the Declaration were Freemasons. They signed the Declaration of Independence knowing full well that the penalty would be death if they were captured. 5 signers were captured by the British, considered traitors against England, and tortured before they died. 12 of their homes ransacked and burned. 2 lost their sons serving in the American Revolutionary Army. Another had 2 sons captured. 9 of the 56 signers fought and died from wounds and hardships of the War of Independence. Carter Braxton of Virginia, a wealthy planter and trader, saw his ship swept from the sea by the British Navy. He sold his home and properties to pay his debt, and he died a pauper. Thomas McKean was also hounded by the British Army. He was forced to move his family almost constantly. He served in the Congress without pay, politicians, and his family was kept in hiding. His possessions were taken from him, and poverty was his reward. Vandals of soldiers looted the properties of Dillard, Hall, Claymore, Walton, Gwinnett, Hayward, Rutledge, and Middleton. At the Battle of Yorktown, Thomas Nelson Jr. noted that the British General Cornwallis had taken over the Nelson home for his headquarters. Nelson quietly urged General George Washington to open fire on the home. The home was destroyed, and Nelson died in bankruptcy. John Hart was driven by the British Army from his wife's bedside as she lay dying. Their 13 children had fled for their lives. His fields and his gristmill were laid to waste by the British troops, and for more than a year he lived in the forests and caves, returning home to find his wife dead and his children vanished. So please take a moment to thank all of these people who give so much for their country. And we in the Tea Party, every day we look at how do we get people involved? How do we take people like you that will take the time to come down here and speak your piece and get involved in changing this country around? Any help you can give us in that respect, we certainly appreciate, and we welcome any advice. We're amateurs at this, and we sure appreciate anything you can do. So thank you, and please feel free to give us any information. The next speaker is Robby, and he's going to talk about school choice.
Hello, my name is Robby Gordon. I am 17 years old. I'm an Aiken County resident, and I went to public school through the 9th grade, and I homeschooled for the 10th and 11th. And I want to talk to you about an issue that I think is very important for the future of our nation, that is education reform in the form of school choice legislation. As I'm sure you all know, school choice legislation is giving vouchers and tax credits to parents of students that want to attend private school or be homeschooled. School choice is essential because it makes it easier for parents and students to opt out of failing public schools and allows them to pursue private options. I think it's unfair for students to be forced into failing public schools when there are so many good private options available. And I also think it's not only a matter of what's most effective, public school or private school, but also of freedom. Everyone should be allowed to make choices about their education and not be forced into the government option. And I just hope you all keep that in mind when you're voting and choosing candidates to represent. Thank you. I was honored to be able to speak here today.